Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Samuel reporting, and welcome to episode 14 of my Euro 2020 podcast, bringing you the latest updates on Euro 2020. I'm once again joined by Sam Savvas, and Sam, welcome back to my podcast again for the second episode in a row. How are you this fine night?
Thanks for having me again, mate. Feeling pretty good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good. I mean, aren't you buoyed by the football we just saw over the last 24 hours? What an incredible couple of games, both to extra time, thrilling finishes. What did you make of that?
Man, the games today, I think we just saw one of the biggest upsets in history. No questions asked. But we'll get to that when the time comes. But from what I saw, I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, the whole world was shocked, just as much as I was.
Absolutely, because over the last day we've seen, without a doubt, one of the biggest shocks of the Euros to date. Favourites France have been knocked out by Switzerland at the round of 16 only. It was 3-3 at full time before Switzerland won the shootout 5-4. Switzerland took a surprise lead off the head of Haris Seferovic in the 17th minute. Then in the second half, Steven Zuber was given a penalty via VAR check from the referee in the 53rd minute, but Hugo Lloris made a terrific stop off Ricardo Rodriguez. Karim Benzema would then turn the game on its head, scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes, first in the 57th minute with a wonderful strike, then again in the 59th minute with a header from close range after a cross. Paul Pogba released a wonder strike from long range in the 74th minute to make the scoreline 3-1, and you would have thought the game was beyond all doubt. However, Seferovic pulled back one for Switzerland in the 81st minute with another header to give them life yet again. In the 84th minute, Mario Gavranovic thought he had pulled the most unlikeliest of equalisers back for Switzerland, but an offside flag ruled him out. But in the 89th minute, Gavranovic would equalise with a wonder strike, counting without a doubt this time, sending the match into extra time. For the second game in the same day, both goals came in the last 3 minutes. However, Kingsley Coman almost pulled out a winner in the 94th minute with his shot rebounding off the crossbar with the last kick of normal time, but we would see extra time as the shot rebounded. There was no score to be added in extra time, so to penalties we went. For the first 9 kicks, each team were perfect from the spot, with Switzerland leading 5-4, up stepped Kylian Mbappe for the crucial kick to keep France alive, and a strong hand of Jan Sommer denied him to seal the biggest upset of this tournament yet. Switzerland will meet Spain in the quarterfinals. Sam, what did you make of this result? And did you ever predict we would say such words as Switzerland have knocked out France to deny the tournament favourites a place in the last 8?
Mate, like I said in the last episode, I said France were going to roll over Switzerland because I thought France had more class, but somehow, some way, the Swiss managed to come back down from being 3-1 down after 75 minutes, right? And then at the 81st minute, Severovic gets his second, and then Gavranovic gets the equaliser at the 90th minute. That's just incredible football, right? And then the fact that Kylian Mbappe, one of the best players in the world, at only 22 years of age, right, misses the biggest penalty shot in his career to save his country's chances of making the final 8. That's just shocking. I mean, I did not see that coming. And the fact that Switzerland have beaten the red-hot favourites, that's just crazy. And then the champs are out of it as well. Portugal, man, this is going to be a really tough call now on who wins the Euro 2020. It's going to be very interesting.
Absolutely, it will be. And what went wrong for France tonight? 3-1 up, less than 10 minutes to play. What do you suppose? Complacency, fatigue? What do you suppose was the answer?
I just think they just gave up in the end. I mean, they were just not playing at their best. I mean, in the last 20 minutes of regular time, and then in half an hour, they just took their chances and they just completely stuffed up their chances. Same with Switzerland, and that's why it went down to penalties. I think France made a big mistake taking on Antoine Griezmann. If he stayed on, maybe that could have made a difference, but Paul Pogba, as usual, was really good for France. So, by far, he's going to be their best player of the tournament.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, Sam, Switzerland have upset France. Could they cause another massive upset in Spain in the quarterfinals?
If that happens, I reckon Switzerland are a very good chance of making the final two. If that happens. I mean, Spain were lucky today against Croatia, which we'll get to later on. But I think Spain will be too good. My prediction will be 2-0 win over Switzerland.
Yeah, fair call. Spain advanced to the quarterfinal, 5-3 after extra time over Croatia. It's fair to say they did it the hard way. In the 19th minute, it was a back pass from Pedri, and the Spanish keeper, Unai Simon, mistimed his kick and it rolled into the net for a bizarre own goal to give Croatia the lead. Spain would go on to score the next 3 goals through Pablo Sarabia in the 37th minute, Azpilicueta in the 57th minute, who gave them the lead, and when Ferran Torres scored in the 77th minute, Spain looked home and dry. Before Croatia made an unlikely storm back, when first of all, Miroslav Osic bundled it over the line with the linesman signalling goal in the 85th minute. Then Croatia would unbelievably equalise in Mario Pasalic's header in the 92nd minute, sending the match into extra time. Spain would regain the lead through Alvaro Morata's strike in the 100th minute with a big relief for Spain. But their place in the last 8 was all but sealed when Mikel Oyarzábal's strike in the 103rd minute capped off a thrilling performance. Spain did it the hard way, but they will look to make the last 4 against Switzerland. Sam, do you think Spain were challenged by a real quality opponent today?
I reckon that was a very good test for them today. I mean, most people thought they would roll over Croatia because they didn't have Ivan Perisic, but when I saw that own goal at the 20-minute mark, I thought, how the hell did this goalkeeper let that slip through his legs after he had done nothing for the first 20 minutes? If that was David De Gea on the ground, that would not have happened, I don't think. And to me, seeing that, that's just embarrassing. But with Spain playing against Switzerland, it's going to be another tough ask. I mean, Switzerland just beat France. I mean, anything is possible, I reckon. But to answer your question, Spain were challenged, and they just pulled it together in the last 30 minutes during extra time.
Fair enough. Are you confident Spain can continue to press for the title after showing their resilience today?
I mean, there's a chance, but I think there's going to be a new favourite, and that favourite, I think, is Italy.
Yeah, the Italians certainly have played some sublime football, and, they've got I'd say their biggest test yet in Belgium coming up.
Absolutely.
In other news, some exciting upcoming matches include England versus Germany at Wembley Stadium. What a mouth-watering prospect. 2 top nations meeting at the round of 16 stage. England topping their group on 7 points, Germany finishing second with a loss, a draw, and 1 victory on 4 points. Sam, who wins this game for you and why?
I reckon it's going to be another close match because I really think Harry Kane needs to step up and kick some goals as well as alongside Raheem Sterling. And to have their backline defence led by Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, and, have a good players like that even, as well as Jack Grealish and Declan Rice stepping up. watching England play in front of their home crowd at Wembley against the Germans. If they could stop Erling, Timo Werner, and Tony Kroos and all their veterans, and Thomas Muller, mate, I think England could win this one. With the home crowd advantage behind them, I think England are going all the way in this match. 2-1.
Wonderful. England will remember their 4-1 loss in the 2010 round of 16 at the World Cup. Could this fuel them for some vengeance tomorrow?
I think they're going to, not only that, but their last time they played Germany, they got a close win then as well. They want to keep that momentum going. They want to keep playing good football, and I reckon they can do it. They just got to go, take their chances, not get fatigued, and play hard and go for it. Go all the way. Go hard or go home, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. Sweden will take on Ukraine at Hampden Park. Sweden topping a group that featured Spain on 7 points. The Ukraine coming off in third behind Austria and the Netherlands on 4 points. Ukraine are in the knockout stages at a Euros for the first time and will look to create history by reaching the quarterfinals. Sam, who wins this one for you and why?
Again, another close match, but with the defence of Sweden led by Victor Lindelof, I reckon they can win. But if Alexander Isak and Robin Quaison can get on the scoreboard and Sweden and Ukraine don't stop them, that fucking attacking pair, with their defence led by Mykolenko and Karavev, I think Sweden will roll over Ukraine 3-0.
Fair enough. After topping their group, would you say that it is a disappointment for Sweden if they can't reach the last stage?
Absolutely. If they don't win this match after topping Group E ahead of Spain because they had 2 draws, that's just a pure disappointing campaign for Sweden.
Fair enough. And that concludes episode 14 of my Euro 2020 podcast. Sam, thanks so much for joining my podcast again. What a day of football we've just seen.
Unbelievable action today, mate. I was very excited. Hopefully we can get some more juicy action tomorrow, some more drama tonight, tomorrow as well. I'm looking forward to the next few matches. Thanks for having me again.
No worries, mate. Remember, if you are keen to be a guest on this podcast, you can reach me on my email in the video description or via the LinkedIn profile in the description. I look forward to bringing you more action from the Euros in the next 24 hours as the round of 16 draws to its conclusion and the next 2 sides will be progressing to the quarterfinals and 2 more sides will be on the plane.